Hey guys, what's going on today? PMK30 here with another review for you. This one I'm actually very excited about, and also, I believe this is my first, or maybe, no, actually no, I think this is like my second or third. Because I'm actually losing track of how many videos I post of what now, but, I did have a review of Superman Unbound, but I just decided to scrap it just because there was so much stuff on that, and I actually winded up getting it like the day before it came out in like Best Buy and major retailers. Depending on where you live, you can get sometimes movies, you know, maybe a little bit early, a few days earlier, depending on where you work or what area you're in. I remember when when I was at FYE, we used to get, sometimes the employees would get certain things early. But anyway, that was before they closed. Anyway, moving on. Normally I get this, I shop at like Best Buy, Target, that sort of thing. There's a new Target being built where I am now. Should be done by the end of the year, hopefully. So I'll have two options now, or three, I should say. That, Target, Best Buy, and this. Well, besides the comic book store I go to, actually they're going to start selling the original movies, which is pretty cool. So anyway, what I have in front of me is the Flashpoint Paradox, Justice League movie. The latest DC Universe animated original movie based on a comic, or arc, or event, what have you. And you can see there Thomas Wayne, The Flash, Barry Allen, Aquaman, Cyborg, Wonder Woman. If you're wondering why they look a little different, that's because they're from an alternate universe, or I should say alternate timeline, rather. This is Thomas Wayne, not Bruce Wayne. Barry Allen. Yeah, you can see him again there. Thomas Wayne, Bruce Wayne's father, in case you're wondering. Cyborg, Aquaman, and Wonder Woman. Pretty much they hate each other in this movie. They're going to war. Anyone that's read the comic, you know the deal already with that. Thomas Wayne, Bruce died in his timeline. Instead of his parents, Bruce died, so his father pretty much, turned to drinking and fighting crime. And he also uses guns. So it's kind of cool, for those of you wondering, or if you've ever heard, who's Thomas Wayne, The neat thing is you could actually see, get his costume now. It was free from NetherRealm Studios with Injustice. So all you that have Injustice, and if you guys want, a nice free costume, definitely download the Flashpoint Batman costume. It's really cool. So anyway, this is a legit disc. It's not a bootleg. See? Legit. DC. And like I said, I know a place where I could get movies about a week, sometimes 2 weeks earlier, and for the same price as Best Buy, so yeah. Yeah, my little secret, hee. But, so yeah, I figured I'd do this early review. I know there's probably going to be a few more out there by professional editors, guys from like IGN or comic sites, etc., whatever, what have you, but I'm a fan, and sometimes those fans get treats early too, so I figured why the hell not. Now this is based off, I have more in my stash there, but I'm not going to go dig out all of them. But here, this is the last part of it, Flashpoint, see, Zoom, aka Thawne, holding Barry there, and see Thomas Wayne, like, dying there or dead. They changed a few things, but for the most part, they kept a lot of things very similar. I don't want to give too much away, but so I'll just review the movie. Now, if you read the comic Flashpoint, it was a 5-part series. See, 5 and 5 in 2011 that led to pretty much, well, to a point anyway, the whole reboot of the 52, and then with the Pandora, which we're actually learning about now currently in Justice League Trinity War. So hopefully once that whole deal goes down, we'll learn more about Pandora and, just how exactly she's the key. But, yeah, pretty much this movie, Barry, he goes back in time, just like the comic. Yeah, I'll read it for you. This way I don't accidentally say something that may give it away. Fight the future. We all wish for the chance to go back in time and change things. And for the Flash, that chance is within reach. As a boy, Barry Allen had his life torn apart when his mother was a victim of a violent crime. But now, using his powers of super speed, he will traverse time to change that fateful day. His intentions are good, but changing the past has repercussions that could prove disastrous, as a fractured alternate universe now exists in place of the familiar one, stumbling through a twisted reality when even Superman is nowhere to be found. The Flash seeks trusted wisdom of Batman, only to find a grittier, more violent Dark Knight in his place. And I gotta say, Thomas Wayne is much more grittier and badass even, less moral code than Bruce, I gotta say. The Flash and Batman, with the help of Cyborg, race to restore the original timeline, while the alternate world is ravaged by a fierce war between Wonder Woman's Amazons and the Atlanteans, led by a battle-hardened Aquaman. With breathtaking action and an all-star voice cast featuring Kevin Conroy, C. Thomas Howell, and Dana Delaney, it's a bold, emotional vision that will forever alter the landscape of the DC universe. So yeah, it's definitely cool, and what's really cool about this movie that I really like is that they got two different voice actors for Batman. Now, I can't remember, what's his name? I don't think, is it Thomas Howell? Or Thomas Howell might be the Flash, actually, so don't quote me on that. But pretty much, Thomas Wayne, they got a different voice actor. And Kevin Conroy is also Bruce Wayne. Now, again, anyone that's read the comic or you have an idea of, the whole original universe and the Flashpoint Paradox universe, you'll know that there's two different characters. You got Bruce Wayne and Thomas Wayne, and they got two different voice actors. They got Kevin Conroy, of course, playing what he's known for, Batman, Bruce Wayne, and he got another voice actor playing Thomas Wayne, and they both do a great job, I gotta say. The ending, I gotta say, is very identical, especially to the comic, minus maybe, a couple of minor differences, but, I'm not gonna even get into that. But I would rate this, honestly, I just loved it. I rate this a 10 out of 10. Some of the others I rate 8 out of 10, or 7 out of 10, or 9 out of 10, but this is a 10 out of 10 in my book because it follows the comic very well. The changes that it makes are so subtle that it's not a big deal to bitch and gripe over it. I know some fans are like, oh, it wasn't exactly like it, but who cares? Sometimes you change a little thing as long as it doesn't affect the overall story arc, which it doesn't. Who cares? And yeah. Pretty much, it's very dark and gritty, too, I gotta say that. And I love time travel stories, Could be Back to the Future, could be Mortal Kombat, could be DC, doesn't matter. If it's got time travel in it, I'm there, Terminator, and, or any result of, like, an alternate universe or timeline. So, this does a great job of it. It's a great movie, great voice acting. The animation, I like the animation, but everybody kind of looks like they're on steroids. So if you don't like that look, the whole buffer look, once you see the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. Then you may not like it. But outside of that, though, I really have no complaints. I mean, yeah, just a stellar job by DC once again. And, this is no shock. They never sell themselves short of doing a great job. And, they never disappoint, at least overall for me, as a DC and comic book fan in general. Whereas Marvel has had some movies that are like flops or but in the animated world and even video games, as far as I'm concerned, in my opinion, I think DC just owns that department. So pick it up and check it out. The Flashpoint Paradox. It's got Flash, it's got Zoom, it's got two Batmans, alternate universe, timeline. It's just awesome. So I hope you guys like this review, and yeah, if you have any questions concerning it, just feel free to drop me a comment. So if you guys are DC fans, Flash fans especially, pick this up. It definitely does Flash, gives him the respect that, he deserves. And I really look forward, now to the 2015 Flash movie. Alright, see you guys later. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe. Later.